In the spring of 1985, Coach Ray Perkins in the athletic department decided to forego the usual 8-day inter-squad game and invite former players back to campus for a varsity versus alumni game. 145 former Tiders returned to the capstone for a week of practice and fellowship.
Remember 2 years ago we went to, they had that...
Hey, like that secret weapon.
When I was in college, I couldn't do any of this stuff.
Me neither. My belly was the same size.
I got out there and Ray Nitschke was looser than I was.
You gonna wake us up?
Too good.
Well, I tell you what, I need a lot of TV coverage out of this because I ain't gonna get nothing else out of it.
I need a quarterback for the cadence here. Give me a quarterback. How many you got up there?
Where's Rhodes? Idaho. We don't need those managers.
You got a ball? Offensive line needs the ball.
Always.
Because we ain't doing formal drill.
All right, where's my center? Who's my center? How many centers we got? How many centers we got? None? We need centers, don't we?
Yeah. We got plenty of centers.
You center?
Centers.
How many centers we got? That's it, huh? No. Centers?
Say centers or centers?
Mike White's the center.
Where's the ball?
Right up the center, but he went to the defense.
Did he?
You might get him back down here.
Yes, does get him. All right, look here. We're going to just kind of take it easy today. That's what y'all want to do. We're going to learn our stuff. But let's get a center up here. Give me a center. We're not going to play all day. We're going to take care of it. We're going to take care of it. Okay, give me Cal right here and Bunch over here. That side's going to tilt. Where's my weak guard, Fuller?
Remember,
Green,
class of 62.
Where's Fuller?
We got other quick guards. Get in there.
Young fella.
And Sadler over here. That's all right. Okay.
You guys only making cameo appearances now. Wait a minute.
Now let's get lined up. I want to see you splits because we want to get pretty good splits because we're going to run the middle a little bit. How's that look, Coach Fuller?
Oh, that's perfect.
All right.
See how this hit?
Do y'all know how you lined up? Pay attention to this. Y'all know how you line up what position, what place? Does everybody know? What we're going to do is we're going to go over our plays. I want you to rotate in there because that's how we're going to practice today, all right? 75 is all it's going to be. Coach Bradshaw, I'd like to have a quarterback. I want a quarterback. We ain't got one. Who can take the ball? Can you take the ball? Okay, we're just going to first count. First count. All right, that'll work. Hustle, get this over here, Coach. We want a 7. Y'all pay attention now. We're gonna flip flop the offensive line. Y'all know that? Yeah. We're gonna flip flop it. If he says left, the strong side's going left. So y'all have to break the huddle. You gotta go through it. You don't want to run over each other coming out of the huddle, okay? Y'all want to try that? I think you can make it. We can make it.
What kind of things have been going on with you and Wes over the last couple months?
Well, I told him the other day that if I played and if they're going to run the ball right, wink his right eye. If they're going to run it left, wink his left eye. And if they're going to run a draw play, throw his head back like that. And he could tell me what they was going to do. So.
I think both teams are pretty much fired up to go at it. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about the alumni team getting, working out here and getting ready for us. And I know that, the players back, our guys are going to get ready. So it's going to be a fun day.
You think you might learn something from them?
Yeah, oh, definitely. There's a lot of tradition right here and a lot of experience and a lot of guys that just have made Alabama what it is today, the rich football tradition as well as tradition in school. And I feel honored to be out here with some of the guys out here right now, and it's a privilege for me as well as a lot of other players.
I hear they're a 2-touchdown favorite.
I'm not sure what the point spread is. I'm not going to place any bets. So.
Who's the oldest?
Probably I am. I am.
I think I might look the oldest, but he still looks in pretty good shape. We'll know tomorrow. I'm gonna run him. I'm gonna get him going tomorrow and see if we can't get your call, get your pass for us.
Don't get me going too much.
Well, we can get the defense we want. He'll make them play whatever he wants them to play. So we got him.
Hopefully we can get something close to what we want anyway.
What was your reaction when you first learned about this game?
Well, I talked to Ray on the phone a couple, 3 weeks ago, and he asked me about the spring game, if I was going to play in it, and I said, well, who's the quarterback? And he said, you are. And I said, well, who do I have to beat out? He said, nobody. I said, well, you my kind of coach if I don't have to beat anybody out. So, and it's been about 3 weeks ago we talked, and he explained to him what we were doing. I think it's just a wonderful idea to get all the ex-alums back up here and get behind the program, you know, and everybody working for a common goal to help the program any way that we can, you know, and it's really a good thing to see all the guys that you played with and the guys you watched play before you came and the guys you watched play after you left, and I think it's a really nice affair. I think it'll do good do the program well.
I didn't see you catch any passes today.
You must have been looking at the defense. I caught a couple, just practicing. You know, I was talking with Kenny. Somebody asked me, he said, well, don't you need to get some timing down, you know? But it's kind of like skating or driving a car or something like that. Once you learn, you've learned. You know, doesn't matter, 15 or 20 years pass by, our timing should still be there.
We know where to go, it just takes us longer to get there.
He's got to compensate, you know, versus a 4.5 or 4.6 40, 15 years ago, he's got to add and go about six flat.
I don't go back as fast, and he don't go that way as fast, so it'll just take us a little longer, but we'll get it done.
That's exactly right.
Well, there's a really good turnout for this, and you know, it's funny because just walking through and listening to these guys, it's like you've never been separated. It's just like a big fraternity.
Well, I think that's a sense, a feeling that you get when you're in school and over the course of a 4 or 5 year period. I think it's the things that you go through as athletes and as teammates that create a bond, hey, that's there for a lifetime. I really believe that, and I think Kenny would say the same thing.
You bet. There's an automatic bond, you know, between athletes, and especially athletes that play on the same team, the same college, and you wear the same colors, win together and lose together, and you all have that in common, whether or not you played the same years or not. You're bonded by the fact that you played for Alabama and the warm tradition that's here, and you see these guys, and it might be 10 or 15 years since you've seen some of the players, but it's really like you've seen them yesterday. It all comes back real quick, and it's really a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying myself.
Practice is over and it's game day.
Here's my high school coach.
So are you ready today?
We are ready to roll today.
So what is
I'm the player coach. Secrets to stay off the field. Good cut out. Free safety. Good cut. You know what they're doing? They impersonate the football.
Skies are cleared. Temperature 86 degrees right now. A slight breeze, more than 100 degrees down on the artificial surface. It's a warm day, a lovely day, and better than 20,000 fans are on hand at Bryant-Denny Stadium for the 8A festivity.
Get this in.
And the Alumni take over and begin possession at their own 35. Steve Whitman in the backfield along with Joab Thomas, the university president, believe it or not. And it is Dr. Thomas sweeping the right side, taking the pitch from Stabler and quickly losing 4. Second down and 14 yards to go.
Well, I think I overheard Coach Perkins tell you in practice that you're obligated now. We've got you on tape, and we may see you this fall.
Well, I do have a little eligibility left, but I don't expect you'll see me in uniform in the fall.
And the Alumni must reach their own 45. Receivers both left and right for the Snake in Stabler. Back to throw quickly. Setting, being chased, and he will be sacked back at the 22-yard line again by Cornelius Bennett. And there are penalty markers down as well, and that play took 6 seconds, 11:01 showing. Snake Stabler, John Forney, running smack dab into a new legend in Cornelius Bennett.
And I don't know who was supposed to block Cornelius, but wisely he avoided him.
And let's see what the penalty is all about. It appears that it will go against Doug Layton, the varsity squad.
It seems that the coaches here have worked out an agreement with the officials that every time the varsity does something halfway decent, a flag will be thrown. Coach Charlie Bradshaw, how about, are we serious with this? Are we trying to whip them? Is that it?
You bet we're serious, Doug. We're going to try to whip their panties.
I got you. Okay, that's Coach Charlie Bradshaw. They're dead serious about this.
Yeah, his men were saying today that he was getting them ready yesterday for the Rose Bowl. He was taking it so seriously between he and D. Powell. 3rd and 5 now at the 40-yard line for Stabler and company, and here is Snake on the delay, giving to Whitman, and Whitman banging forward and up to the 42-yard line. Not enough for the first down, and it will set up a 4th and about 3. No score first quarter, and the varsity moving from our left to our right with Mike Shula at the helm. And this is Mike setting them down, ready to go to work. And pitching to Bragg, sweeping the right side with interference. Braggs will be run out of bounds at the 30-yard line as he turns the corner and powers inside the 30 to the 29. At the 28 going in, 1st and 10, Shula backpedaling to throw, setting in the pocket, being chased in the grasp, and he will be blown down at the 30-yard line. So Shula is sacked, bringing up 2nd down, and that is a pretty good pass rush, John Forney, that the alums are getting off. Lloyd Wofford in on the stop there. A loss of 2, 2nd and 12 at the 30 now. Bell left, Payne right. Bama's varsity set in the eye as Shula turns, gives to his tailback Braggs. Braggs slicing down to the 25 and ahead to the 24-yard line as Braggs works behind Gilmer along with David Haas Johnson for the nice pickup. Doug Layton out on the field with Mike White, who was on the varsity squad a year ago.
That's right, Mike White, who played last year for Alabama. These are the guys that are going to be most of the playing. What is it out there, Mike? Disorganized? You know what you're doing or what?
We kind of know what we're doing, but it's things start getting for real now. We're getting a little ornery. I'm about that time, you know.
In other words, the fun is about to end?
It's ended already.
You mean we've seen all the old-timers we're going to see?
I think so.
Okay, well, good luck. Thank you. Mike White playing center today.
Shula with the toss into the flat, and Craig Turner turns it upfield and drives inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. It is a gain of 13 yards as they spot it inside the 15, now at the 12-yard line. A gain of 13 on the completion, and Shula's having a pretty good day. That is his 3rd completed pass. Good now for 19 yards, and we show him as 3 of 3, John Forney.
Well, Ray Perkins has taken that position as his own assignment, and it looks like Mike has made some real progress.
Bragg's on the carry, the toss sweep right side. Bragg's inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Penalty markers down 2. David Valletto steps up to stop Braggs. It's a pickup of 6, and the clock is halted with 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in this scoreless first quarter for the varsity, which can pick up a first down should they drive inside the alums 3. So the varsity threatening on the right side hash. 2:25 remaining in the first quarter. No score as Shula loses the snap from center, scoops it up, pitches to Braggs. Braggs inside the 10 and now pushed back. You hear the groans from the crowd as he is stacked up. Jim Kraft, old number 54, teams with John Lombardo, a newcomer to the alumni ranks. He played a year ago to drive back Chester. 1:45 and counting as Shula sends Whitehurst to the far side left. Bell to the near side right. In the eye, play action, rolling left, Shula floating it out of the backfield, complete at the 5 to Turner, and Turner dives forward to the 1-yard line. Craig, touchdown, Turner, draws the ball within feet of the goal line, Doug Layton.
You're right, and since the offense is on the field for the varsity, the defense is over here, and I've got John Hand from Sylacauga, Alabama, an All-America defensive tackle. John, tell me, how's these old-timers doing out there?
They're doing real good. It got a few tricks for us out there, you know. But it's going pretty well.
Are they as tough as you maybe thought they were going to be, or was it going to be a picnic all the way?
Well, I'm out there having fun, but they're going pretty serious,
You've hardly broken out in a sweat, so they're not giving you too much problems, are they?
No, the only problem they give me is they cut me.
John Hand, All-America.
And a great block.
Yes, sir, and a touchdown
by Turner. Wow.
Turner flattens the left side of the alums defense, and it is Braggs carrying over from a yard out, and it's a 6-0 ball game with 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So the old men can hold them off for better than 11 minutes. But the varsity finally sticks it in the end zone, and on to attempt the point after try will be Van Tiffin.
You two guys are under contract with pro teams and can't play in this game, but what do you think about it?
I think it's a lot of fun, you know. Anytime the guys can come back and get a chance to see your old teammates, and everybody always wanted to play one more play, and they get the opportunity to get that one play in.
What's it like to stand on the sideline seeing some of these guys you played ball with? What's it like?
I think it's exciting because you get a chance to see what happened to a guy in 5 or 6 years outside of football, and I'm really surprised a lot of those guys are still in shape, and they're hitting pretty good.
They are doing real well out there. Well, you hopefully will be playing for years with the pro guys, but do you hope they do something like this when you guys retire?
Well, we always have that to look forward to. If we ever decide that we want to play one more play, then we always come back to the alumni game and get that one more play in, especially here at Denny Stadium.
Well, it gives me a chance to, I got a chance to look forward to a career outside of the NFL. I can come back here and play during the spring, at least one day out of the year. You know.
Varsity lead the alums as we begin period number 2, and Hunter wants to throw. Cranking it deep, down the near boundary. He has a man open, and it's complete at the 30, inside the 25, the 20, and down to the 15, the 10-yard line, Tyrone King. 11:35 to go in the first half, 7-0. The varsity lead, but they're in a peck of trouble right now as the alums are knocking on the door at the 10. A fumble. Hunter scoops it up and dives into the pile and carries to the 8-yard line. He was going to hand it off left tackle and just could not get a clean snap from Mike White, John, and lost the handle on the football. Desmond Holloman in on the stop.
Holloman made the tackle for the last play, a gain of 2 yards. I believe that was Wayne Trimble who came in at a halfback, maybe.
Trimble?
Pete Cavan, excuse me.
It's either Cavan or Trimble, 2 number 20s. One from column A and one from column B.
I believe that's Pete.
And on the straight-ahead give, down to the 7-yard line with the football, Joe Jones, a 1980 running back, and Jones finds just a crevice of running room, and as he gets up, he sees a yellow handkerchief lying to the right of the football as well. Clock halted, 10:42 showing in the first half.
Both weeping.
Second down, 4 yards to go at the 4-yard line, off the right side, penalty markers down. This is Joe Jones again. Jones may have half a yard, not much more, and again, the penalty marker stops the clock, this time with 10:33 showing, and it's offsides against the varsity unit. The referee today, Jimmy Harper, assisted by Jack Smalley, Gooby Staff, Tommy White, Bobby Skelton, and Bobby Boylston, and they are looking with a very discerning eye toward the varsity squad. They aren't letting nothing go by, and the penalty, half the distance to the goal, places it at the 2-yard line. It is now 3rd and goal at the 2. And the alums, trailing 7-0, have but 6 feet to go, and we have a tie ball game. Scott Hunter leads them up to the line of scrimmage. Split backs behind him. Tight slot left. Hunter hands to Jones. Jones close to the goal line as his helmet got across, but I don't think the football broke the play. It is inside the 1, and Doug Layton should be pretty close to it. Let's go down and see what Doug can see from his vantage point.
Well, I'm right on the goal line with him, and I asked Gooby Stapp, former player here, one of the officials. I said, come over and talk to me, Gooby, and let's talk about how they're feeling. He said, I'll be with you in just a minute, but first I got to penalize him into the end zone.
He's done a pretty good job of it, just inches away now as they unstack him. 3rd and inches to go. And it is Whitman in the backfield. And let's see if Big Steve, the fullback, gets the call. Hunter sets him down. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Scott Hunter. The alums are on the board. A 7-6 game with 9:27 showing.
Well, what are you doing calling your own number there?
That's the closest distance to the goal line.
But they ripped your head off.
That really questioned my IQ. That's the only thing I can say. I really questioned my IQ.
You did a great job. Scott Hunter.
The former Green Bay Packer quarterback has him on the board, and here is the man who's traveled the furthest to get here from Seoul, Korea. Peter Kim, the kicking specialist, to try and knot us at 7 points apiece with 9:27 remaining in the first half. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's in the air. Tie ball game. The point after try is good.
As the first half winds down, the varsity is on the move once again.
Game has Sutton on his count from the far side hash mark. Turns and hands straight ahead to Bobo, who charges across the midfield stripe and crashes down to the 48-yard line. 4 minutes to go and counting, John Forney.
Elias, I think, had some help from Chuck Strickland, the linebacker who played back in 33, back in 73. Not that far.
It feels like he played in 33 right now. Second and 6. Pick up a 4. Toss sweep, Booby Nathan. Nathan with running room. Inside the 45. Nathan out of bounds. First down at the 40.
It was great credit to him. I believe that was John Kroll back there helping Elias. But they're playing good football.
Now, Kroll has added 30 pounds to get ready for this game, and it's all muscle. A loss of 7. Second down, 17 yards to go. Nathan will try the left side. Nathan inside the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage. The varsity must still penetrate the 32 to pick up a first down. So it's 3rd and 10 after the gain of 7 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first half. And the varsity and the Alumni tied 7-0. Better than 20,000 fans. Oh, closer to 25,000 on hand in Bryant-Denny Stadium. And seeing is believing.
That was one of the young old ones, David Valletto, making a good tackle on that in the open field.
And here is Sutton. He's going to have to throw. Over the middle he goes, and he has it complete. Inside the 30 to the 25 to Angelo Stafford. Stafford breaks the tackle, comes inside the 10. Stafford down to the 13 or down to the 7-yard line. Angelo Stafford. Curtis Wofford running down from behind, John.
He showed me something on that. Stafford did. He's a tall, very tall kid. But, boy, he's got a nice stride, and he just gave a leg to a couple of tacklers and picked up 5 or 6 that he probably wasn't supposed to get.
No, he stands 6'5", so he's a super target for Sutton. It's a gain of 35 on the 3rd down play. First and goal from the 7. Tied 7-0. Toss sweep. Near left side, Nathan. Nathan to the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. The 3 as he falls forward. Hey, Booby Nathan's coming on, John.
He sure is. I saw him on a scrimmage about 2 weeks ago, Paul, and he was redshirted last year, as you know, but he's going to be here like another Nathan who's doing so well for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. John Kroll makes the stop on him. Kroll having played 10 years ago. Gain of 4, 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Straight ahead with the football, Carlos Robinson. Robinson cannot get into the end zone. He's driven back between the 2 and the 1. And the clock is running, Doug Layton, and the Alumni are on the verge of holding out this varsity unit. They can hang on 30 more seconds.
All right. I got Gordon Pettis here, former great here at Alabama, and now is head of the officials of the Southeastern Conference. Gordon, why aren't you suited up?
Well, they didn't have any uniforms to fit me. Just as I got up right at the head of the line, they ran out of uniforms.
I see. And then you, of course, muscle spasms, all this other stuff. But isn't it fun, though?
It's great. It's great. Enjoying it. I think the guys are having a lot of fun.
Well, do you think we might beat the varsity?
I really doubt it, but we've got 7 good officials on our side. We got a chance.
There you have it. Gordon Pettis, head of the officials. You see now why we've scored.
Carlos Robinson sweeping the left side is into the end zone for the varsity's 2nd touchdown.
We have looked forward to this second. Got the groove?
I don't know. I'm just working.
Oh.
Put me in, because I'm going to get in the game.
Is this new equipment?
Yeah, new equipment, right.
Don't blow your vision.
I just need a little breathing, I'll be all right. A little breathing.
After regrouping at halftime, the Alumni team is moving the ball late in the 3rd quarter.
This is the case with the alums. They call it a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Hunter will float it deep down the sideline, incomplete. Just off the palms of Jerry Cash, the flanker, and Cash was open.
He sure was.
He had a step at the 15-yard line, and the ball hit him right on his palms and skidded off. Hunter, for the 2nd time, right on target with a deep up route.
I don't think Britton Cooper will like the piece of film that will star him probably in the next week or so.
Can you see getting beat deep by a 35-year-old flanker? His secondary coach, Steve Waters, who a year ago tutored the Patriots in the NFL, and their secondary, he'll be all over him come Monday. 3rd and 3 from midfield, Hunter. Throwing over the middle. It's deflected and intercepted at the 35, picked off by Rory Turner. Turner back across the 40 to the 45 and ahead to midfield and back into Alumni territory at the 47-yard line.
What's it it like when you come back and walk out on the field here where you played?
Well, I think the big thrill, Barry and I were talking about it earlier, is knowing that we've never lost in this stadium. And not playing today means we're never going to lose either. We're still not losing.
Well, you haven't had a chance to see much about what's going on, but judging from what you're hearing other people say, what do you think about this game?
Oh, it's exciting. We've been on our edge of our seats the whole game, and no, it's great to be here, and it's a good game, pretty good. You know, it's funny to see these old guys come out here. I mean, from 35, and you know, some of them are my legends that I used to look up to, Leroy Jordan and all. It's fun to see them.
Can we look forward to the two of you coming back one day with the uniform on?
And coaching?
No!
Maybe one day, I think we might, but hopefully it won't be for another 5 or 6 years.
Why aren't you dressed out?
Well, I'm a little too mature for this. A little too old is another way to say it, but my back doesn't operate too well for this kind of game anymore.
What's it like for all you guys to come back and spend time, like, you know, 2 and 3 days together?
Well, it's great to be involved a little more with the program right now, you know, and I think it's great that Ray has done this, and big thing is I hope no one gets hurt out of it, and that we can possibly do it again, you know.
Both fans and players were having a great time.
1st and 10 at the Alums 47-yard line. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and Sutton off the short pop wants to throw, and he has Whitehurst down to the 35, still on his feet, and charging to the 30-yard line before he's finally dropped by Morris Hammer, a 1968 defensive end. And Sutton ready to go again. 1st and 10 at the 30. Vince straight ahead. With the ball, Leroy Holman. Or make it John Easterling. And it is Easterling, the second of 2 33s from which we could choose. Coming inside the 25, inside the 20. A gain of 13 as he carries down to the 12-yard line.
Little arm tackling by the alums on that one. Their old coach, Coach Blunt, might have had a couple of acerbic comments on that.
1st and 10. And that is not the 12, but rather the 17-yard line. And the ball carrier's Don McLean sweeping the right side, and he's at the 12, and now at the 10, down to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Don McLean. Those arm tackles evident as he carries the ball 17 yards into the end zone. Touchdown Varsity, and it is a 19-7 game with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
What was your reaction when you first learned that there was going to be an alumni versus varsity game?
Nah, I didn't believe it. I didn't didn't want to get out there because I knew I was out of shape. So, but I was going to try it. I worked out a little bit and played basketball. So.
Is it a good idea? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, real good idea.
Doesn't seem like there have been as many injuries as I thought there would be. Has there?
No. Well, I got down on my knees and prayed for the older guys because, yeah, I felt that I was endangering my life too, so hope my insurance is paid up.
Well, you guys have been doing this for several years. Did you have to sort of jog your memory when you heard what was going to happen?
Well, I didn't think any of them would be crazy enough to play, but I didn't take that many hard licks when I was playing, but evidently some of them did.
I know that I asked Hunter, who carried the ball over Willow, I said, what are you doing calling your own number? He said, that just goes to show you what they said all these years. I have a very low IQ.
That's true.
But
and besides that, he knows they can't hit quarterbacks.
That's right. They're not supposed to. They tore his head off almost.
Well, they're pretty serious out there, the alumni. What do you think? I'm surprised.
Well, what they've done is they've got the young'uns in there. Those that have been out of school maybe 1 or 2 years at most. Now, they're the ones doing most of the playing. They're probably still in pretty good shape and still are able to play the sport.
And they had a couple of days of workout. I came out yesterday, and Coach Charlie Bradshaw, who's a great fundamental coach, he had them out, and they put in a draw, a screen, and they kept it very simple, and most of them picked up on it pretty quick.
And someone like Mike Dean said, when did you play at Alabama? And he said, 20 pounds ago.
You know, this just occurred to me, Paul, and I don't know why it did, and maybe it probably shouldn't. But I was thinking about a lot of the older guys who've come back here, there's something missing. The beauty of the Alabama campus, the chimes, everything. They don't have the scent of the old paper mill that used to waft all over this place. They might have a lonely, nostalgic feeling about that.
Well, the penalty, believe it or not, was defensive pass interference with 19 seconds to go. The ball is now miraculously at the Varsity 25-yard line for Scott Hunter. A bit disheveled, taking his time. The play clock turned off to his benefit, and Hunter will throw. Floating downfield at the 5. He has it picked off for the third time today at the 5-yard line, and the Varsity has the ball back. Jerry Duncan, that's not the first time that Scott Hunter in his career has fired an interception.
No, you're right about that.
What?
He said that wasn't the first time that Scott Hunter had fired an interception in his life.
Well, the tackle,
probably if he had an opportunity to reminisce and think of the many interceptions he's thrown, would lose count after about 10 or 20. But he's having a good time, though.
The tackle was made by Phil Law. I guess you could say he was roped in by the long arm of the law.
Yeah, I'll let that go.
I guess that's a good way. I'm too bad we had that time left.
8 seconds to go, and the Varsity, pinned back at their 5-yard line and clinging to a 20-7 lead, will more than likely fall on the football. No, Smith wants to throw out of his own end zone, and he fires upfield complete. On the reception, Troy Sechrist or Tommy Browning. Take your pick. It is Browning to make the catch to bring today's festivities to a close.
The clock winding down to 0. Let's hear what Bama's head coach Ray Perkins thinks about this special A-Day event.
So what do you think about it? You pleased?
Well, I'm pleased with the way the day turned out, and the last couple of days really, just a lot of fun. I think you have to look at it for exactly what it is, and it was for fun and to involve our old players, alumni. Let some of our fans, great fans, see some of those people out here running around like they're crazy, which is a lot of fun that they haven't seen in a long time. But most importantly, we bring two groups of people together, the now group and the then group. But the then group meant an awful lot to us in that great tradition years, and they still do. And we want to bring them back and want them to know that they're still a big, big member of this family.
More so than I thought.
Yeah, well, they're going to have some bumps and bruises. They're going to be a little sore tomorrow. But I tell you what, we had one guy here with a cracked nose, and he was in hog heaven. Blood's running down his nose, He hadn't been cracked up or hadn't been hit so long. He's in hog heaven.
Special thanks to the Athletic Department and the Center for Public Television at the University of Alabama for providing us with this wonderful footage of the 1985 spring game. For the Bryant Museum, I'm Ken Gaddy.